win the day. Not the month, not the week, not the year, not the decade, the day. Hyper focus on every moment, just this one moment, and see what you can be doing right now in order to get towards your passions, your goals, in order to put yourself in a focused state to where it can lead you to success, right? We tend to try and always look at the big picture of things, and that can lead us to, like, being intimidated and feeling like, hey, maybe we can't make this, maybe I'm trying too much, whatever the case may be, and we try and do things all at once, right? And we're not focused on the present moment, we're not focused on the current moment, and that allows us to become distracted, allows us to become discouraged and whatnot. And what we're doing, our mistake here is we're not focusing on each individual day, right? I'm pretty sure you've heard the term win the day or one day at a time, and that's like, it's so simple, it's so easy to understand, and it's easy to break down because it's just one single day at a time. It's just 24 hours at a time, right? You're not over here trying to know what you're gonna do for the entire week. It's just the one day, right? Whether that be just waking up early or going to bed on time, or making sure you spend at least an hour or something on doing something you love, or whatever the case may be. When it comes to the results, or at least the satisfaction at the end of a day, when you have known you were being productive, you were doing the best you could, it's going to be a lot more tangible because you're getting that result in a way. You're getting that satisfaction within that one day. You're not like waiting a week or a month to see, like, if what all you did every day was like working, or whatever the case may be. You're able to see if what you did was satisfying to you and what was gratifying to you, at least towards your productive mindset in your soul, basically. When it comes to making your day or bettering your day, you should set up like long and short-term goals, and you should find ways to work towards these goals every day. So what you can do is like schedule your days the day before. So schedule your day a day in advance, basically, and see how much time you can spend from, let's say 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. working towards your passions or building up a new hobby or whatever the case may be. And you just need to focus on what's needed to be done, right? What is going to actually benefit you, what is going to actually allow for you to grow. And you can also figure out what else can you add to better yourself or to improve yourself. And that could either be reading books, that could be learning more about your craft or your passion, that could be spending great time with your friends, being in productive activities with your friends and even family. Exercise is very important, right? If you have a much better body, you can have a much better mind. And just learning, like I said, learning a new skill or something like that, right? I already said learning more about your craft. So you want to set up your day as well. So in order to have a better day tomorrow, you want to set up your day today, basically. So what was it? How did it go? Plan out tomorrow today. So towards the end of your day, maybe an hour or so before you go to sleep, schedule out your day, schedule out the next day, so that way you can set yourself up for success tomorrow again, right? Know what time you're gonna wake up tomorrow. Maybe if you have to go to work, whatever the case may be, put that in the schedule, right? And see what you can do to fit in stuff like exercise or creative hobbies or some other type of passion or thing that you want to grow in your life. Even eating the right foods is a way to impact how we kind of set ourselves up, right? If you are out getting drunk, whatever the case may be, smoking, you're gonna get a hangover or you're gonna get the munchies. You're more likely to stay up a lot later, and then you're gonna wake up a lot later in the day, and then you're gonna have like a headache or whatever, and you won't even be able to function for most of the day or whatever the case may be, right? Even just like, what are you eating in general? Are you eating junk foods, or are you eating clean whole foods, organic foods, stuff like that? And eating those much cleaner foods are going to allow for your system to digest it better. So then that way, if you had something heavy last night or something like just complete junk last night, it's still going to be in your system. It's going to kind of slow you down, right? If you've ever kind of like eaten the night before and you felt full the day after or the morning after, like as if the food was still in your system, that's a very real thing. We tend to overstress our digestive system, but that's like a whole nother topic of discussion. But in general, make sure you're eating the right foods as well throughout the day in order to set yourself up for success tomorrow. When it comes to each day, there's a couple of main things that you really want to focus on. I have 4 main things that you really want to focus on in order to just have a much better, more productive day. And again, like, just to lead you to success. All right, those 4 things would be creating, consuming, learning a new skill, right? Or applying what you could just learn into a new skill, and setting yourself up for tomorrow, right? So going over them, creating, that would be like what I'm doing right now. I'm creating videos, I'm creating content, right? Or you're working towards a skill or a passion, you're working towards some type of goal or whatever the case may be. And then consuming, this has to be like, don't think like, okay, I'm gonna go on YouTube, I'm gonna watch a bunch of videos, or I'm gonna just go on Netflix and chill out for a second. No, what I mean by consuming is you want to gain more knowledge and learn about what it is that you are passionate about, what it is that you are working towards, whether that be through reading books, whether that be through like getting into seminars or watching seminars on YouTube, spending your time productively on the internet to see what you can do in order to grow yourself, right? And maybe what you're consuming doesn't even have to relate to your goals or to your passions. It could just be something a lot more productive, right? Like if you're like me and you like to read books, you can just read a lot of books about like, self-improvement or how to grow your finances or whatever the case may be. And then the third thing that I mentioned was learning a new skill or getting a new hobby. So it's very important that we have a wide array of abilities. Now, we don't have to have a skill that's completely unrelated to what it is that we want to pursue in life. I believe that it's important to develop the necessary skills in order to grow what it is that we're already working towards, so that way we can have just a lot more specificity and a lot more further advancement in our life and our passions. But you can also just have a hobby, something that will kind of be more of a meditative thing for you, something that can be more of a calming and soothing thing, so it doesn't always feel like you're working all the time. Every day it's important to make sure we have our moments of rest basically within a day. Now, I'm not saying like, spend 3 hours a day doing nothing, but, spend those 3 hours in a way to where you're doing something, you're growing yourself, but it doesn't always have to feel like work. And the last thing I said was setting yourself up for tomorrow, right? So whether that be, like I said, scheduling your day out, putting up stuff like cleaning out your room, or putting up whatever resources or materials you need in order to get ready for the next day. If you're a student, get your book bag ready for, what classes you have tomorrow. Get your clothes ready for like what you're gonna wear tomorrow. This could just be even like if you just have a regular job, whatever. And, maybe if you have some type of event planned out that day, plan your day around that event or whatever the case may be. So in general, just to kind of go back over everything I said, keep things simple, keep things straightforward, one day at a time, right? Again, we try and focus on the entire 365 days of the calendar, and we end up failing because it's too intimidating to think of a 12-month time period, right? Now, a decade, like 10 years, that might not be hard to think about because it's like such this large thing that we can't even comprehend at the moment. But a single day, just one day of where you're trying to do everything you can to be the absolute best version of yourself, that is very important, right? And then to just have that every single day, right? Even if you just get it every single day for a week and the next week you maybe mess up, you still have learned, what it is that you need to do. And now you have the knowledge of like what you need in your life and what the way you need to do things in order for you to improve, right? So there's kind of this thing where when you learn new information and you apply that information and you realize like that's what you needed the entire time, it's going to be very hard to go back and to just live the life you were living before, right? It's going to be very hard to kind of just disrespect yourself in a way and deprive yourself of true salvation in your life by being ignorant towards the fact that you had those opportunities that you could pursue. So definitely try and focus on the current moment of the 24 hours you have right now, and see what it is you can be doing at this exact moment to better yourself, and like I just said earlier, to lead towards your own success, right? So find those things that you want to achieve in life. Find those goals that you want. If you don't already have a passion, work towards those passions or rediscover them, and try to work towards them every day, wherever the case may be. But yeah, that's what I'll have to say. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.